Namaskaram. എല്ലാവർക്കും കോഴിക്കോടിന്റെ മണ്ണിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kozhikode city. Get ready for a fun trip through literature, history and many more as we together uncover stories that shape the city. My name is Ananya. I am your designated tour guide on this very short 20-minute city tour through Kozhikode. And this city is in Kerala. This is the first Indian city of literature. And right now we are at SM Street or Sweet Meat Street. We call this as Mithai Teruva in Malayalam. Malayalam is our mother tongue, our language. And as you might have known from the name itself, this city or this street rather is famous for its delicacies. This is also a historical trade center where cultures meet, they exchange the best of one another and they blend their boundaries together. And if you see those alleys behind me, if you walk through those alleys, you will end up in a place called Thali. Thali is a place where Revati Patathanam was held. Revati Patathanam is an annual assembly of scholars where the scholars from different parts of the country would come together and they would debate for 7 days, consecutively 7 days. And at the end of the fest or the assembly, a winner would be chosen and the chosen winner would be rewarded by Zamirins, the local ruler. And this practice began in Kozhikode as early as the Middle Ages. And you know, in those times, poets and scholars, they were the same. So everything comes down to literature actually. So now look, we have here with us S.K. Pottakad. S.K. is a writer, he's a traveler, he's a politician. He has about 60 books to his credit. And this man has literally seen the world. He's a traveler, he has seen the world, but now he looks on to this street for eternity. It's very curious when you think about it, because this man has immortalized this street in his story, the tale of a street, and now the street has immortalized him. And SK is also the first Malayalam prose writer to win Jnanapida. Jnanapida or Jnanapidam is the highest and oldest literary award in the country. And now let's make haste because we only have 20 minutes. We have to hurry. Okay, let's go. This building is a public library or a central library. Kozhikode Corporation area alone has about 600 libraries. So this is just one of those libraries that we have in the city. And next to this library building, we have a road named after Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. You can see the nameplate there. See? And Vaikom Muhammad Bashir is a renowned Malayalam novelist and a short story writer. He's from Kozhikode city, and out of our love and respect for the man, we call him Bepu Sultan or the Sultan of Bepu. He was like the famous saying goes like small Latin and less Greek, right? That was the saying, right? I don't remember it exactly. But he was a man of little education because he didn't go to college, because he ran away from home at a very young age to join the Indian independence struggle. But when he started writing, oh man, he became the most popular writer in Malayalam literature. And he wrote in the dialect of Muslim community in North Kerala. And R.E. Asher is a linguist from Britain. He's a fellow of the Royal Society of Great Britain and Ireland. He's also a fellow of the Royal Society of Edinburgh. He has been to Kozhikode multiple times and he has met Vaikom Muhammad Bashir and he had translated Bashir's works into English. Okay, see that park over there? That is the Mananchira Park. It was originally a meeting place for public, you know, just a random place for everybody to come and meet and gather. But now it has become a beautiful, well-kept, well-maintained park. This is also a major tourist attraction in the city. There are many beautiful sculptures, statues in the park. I don't think we can see the statues today because it's raining very heavy. Yeah. This is a rainy day and I think it's a regular rainy day for us. But yeah, the visuals are not very clear today. And this building that you see over here is a compressed building. It was built by the British. Now it has lost its former glory. We can see the building is not well shaped, well kept, well maintained. But yeah, just stones of memories now. Yeah, which reminds me of memorial stones or Smaraka Shilagal. It's a novel by Punathil Kunyabdullah, another renowned Malayalam novelist from the city. And Smaraka Shilagal is his masterpiece. And see this pond, that's freshwater pond. It is called Mananchira. It was built in the 14th century by Manavikram, one of the Zamorins. And for about 7 centuries, this pond sustained this entire city. But now we no longer draw water from the pond. We preserve it because it's been accorded the heritage status. And now talking about the educational institutions that surround the city, I think it's very important that we mention the historical education institutions within the city area. So across the pond we have BEM School, which is the Basil Evangelical Mission School. It's a girls' higher secondary school and it was established in the year 1848. And then right next to that you have the Model Government High Secondary School. Then across the street you have teacher training institutes. So while we are at the topic, while we are at the junction of history and education, I think it's very important that I mention 2 names. The first one is of Appu Nedungadi. He is the first banker and is also the first Malayalam novelist. And he was a visionary, a great visionary who built school for girl children. So at that time, girls' school were unheard of, and this man established a school for girl children, and he also arranged for horse carriages to transport the children there. And another name is of Ganapat Rao. This man established a chain of institutions for the destitutes, for the underprivileged to study, and they are both the pride of the city and we are greatly indebted to them. And it is also important that I do not leave out the religious diversity of the place. And the ancestry that we just saw has a temple, a Hindu temple, and also it has a Parsi fire temple, and there's a Muslim mosque right next to its entrance. And though this area, the Kozhikode city, is occupied predominantly by Hindus, Muslims and Christians, there are Jain and Buddhist places of worship in the city too. Mishkal Mosque and Tali Temple are the most important heritage sites in Kozhikode. So this is like a confluence of multiple religions, not just multiple religions and multiple cultures. We have multiple languages also. There are almost 20 linguistic communities living in Kozhikode city in perfect harmony. Now we are crossing the streets. It's a risky game here when it's very busy and rainy. Yes, we have made it. And now, if you can see, okay, this is a town hall. Before we move on to the town hall, I would like to show you the way to the office of Madhrubhumi. It's the opposite way around. Yeah, that's the way to Madhrubhumi. Madhrubhumi is a prestigious media house. It was established by 2 freedom fighters, K.P. Keshav Menon and K. Madhavan Nair, both writers actually. And it was intended to fuel the independence struggle by being a mouthpiece for Indian independence movement leaders as well as the social reformers like K. Kelappan or Kerala Gandhi. And Madhrubhumi actually is the only media house visited by Mahatma Gandhi in Kerala. And then there's also a lump of soil, blood-stained soil of Mahatma Gandhi preserved in the office compound. And then Madhrubhumi is now a leading publisher in the state, and every year, annually, they conduct an international literary festival in the state. And last year, I think the chief guest was the British writer Abdul Razak Gurnah, who was also a Nobel laureate. And M.T. Vasudevan Nair. M.T. Vasudevan Nair is a legendary Malayalam writer. Actually, M and T, his initial stands for Malayalam literature and Malayalam culture. He has set the standard for Malayalam, modern Malayalam cinema far too high, and he has shaped modern Malayalam literature as well. He has won Jnanapeetham. He has won every accolade that there is in the country, and he was part of Madhrubhumi, not just him. Writers like M.P. Virendra Kumar and many of the critics have been part of this institution. And talking about publishing houses, Kozhikode has over 20-30 publishing houses. So there's Purna Publications right across the street. Then we have Libby Publications, Kerala Book Trust, India Books, Olive Books, Green Books, and many more. I can't even recollect the names. And then this is also the way to Kozhikode Beach. Kozhikode Beach is famous for its historical trade relationships. And this is the first beach in India reached by the Europeans when Vasco da Gama reached with his companions here in 1498. Yes. So another way to sum it up, Kozhikode is actually the starting point of Indian colonial history. And it is also home to AAR, All India Radio Station, and many famous Malayalam writers have collaborated with All India Radio Station. For example, you have Mahakavi, great poet Akitam, then you have N.N. Kakkad, then you have Tikodian, then you have Sridharan Unnisar, and many more. They have all been part of AAR. And Kozhikode, which is also the venue of the International Literary Festival conducted by DC Books, another leading publisher in the state. Though their headquarters is located elsewhere, they conduct the literary fest here. And the beach hospital is also located near the beach. And the beach is lined with food stalls offering different foods, different flavors, different colors and different aromas. So if you want a taste of paradise, you know where to go now. So now let's move on to our final destination, which is the town hall. And before that, see the building over here. This is the Crown Theatre, one of the pioneer theatres in the state. And this is a lively spot for cinema lovers in this area. Okay, now let's go to town hall. If you continue your journey along this way, you will end up in Tagore Hall. Tagore Hall is another hall named after Rabindranath Tagore, the first ever Nobel laureate in Asia. And this is the town hall. This is our final destination. Okay, come, let's go. Kozhikode Town Hall is a perfect hub. It's a cultural hub for poets, writers in general, artists, and performing artists, musicians, everybody. One thing I would like to tell you is that Kozhikode Town Hall is almost full every day. It's almost always booked. There's always something going on in here. And this is also a place where playwrights like P.M. Taj and K.T. Muhammad honed their skills. And this is a place where musicians come and perform almost on a regular basis. And I must tell you that Kozhikode has a great love for music. It's a city of music lovers. Ghazal nights is a regular phenomenon here. And we have had musicians like K. Baburaj, whom we lovingly call as the Ghazal Prince of Calicut. Then we also have Kozhikode Abdul Ghadar. Now let's have a sneak peek. Okay, please come. This is Kozhikode Town Hall. You can see the photographs of writers, social reformers and politicians all over the wall. Yeah, just have a look at the photos. that brick wall you see right over there is Kozhikode Art Gallery. You can see it from here. Okay, so this is where from artists from various places come for exhibitions, seminars and discussions. It's usually bustling, so it's rare to see it so calm. Artists like Nambudiri and Madanan have come here and have captivated their admirers in here for so many times. So this is the art gallery. Okay, now I think it's time I read out a list of all the famous writers from the city, but I must tell you that I do not claim that this list is complete, because it's almost impossible for anyone to have a complete list of writers from Kozhikode city. There are so many of them. So I just read out the names that easily come to my mind. First is the list of critics. So we have Kuti Krishna Marar. He's a magnificent name. And then Tayad Shankaran, we have M.M. Bashir, M.N. Karasheri, P.M. Narayanan and K.M. Narendran, and so many of them. And we also had a taste of history along our way. So MGS is the most famous historian. He's the most important person in history and research in India. Then we have M.R. Raghav Warrior, N.M. Namburi, who wrote history of Zamarins. Then we have a list of translators like R. Su, M.N. Satyarthi, K.S. Venkadachalam, C. Kabani, P.K. Radhamani, and so many of them. And writers. First, I'll like to read out the names of the writers we have lost. N.P. Muhammad, U.A. Khadar, P. Valsala, T.P. Rajiv, R. Ramendra are the names. And coming to contemporary writers, we have Subhash Chandran. Subhash Chandran is the leading Malayalam novelist and short story writer. There are very few writers who dare to attempt metafiction. He is one of them, and he succeeded. And how he succeeded, you must read his last novel, Samudrashila. Then we also have U.K. Kumaran. We have already mentioned Kerala Gandhi, K. Kelappan. His novel, Takshan Kunnu Swarupam, based on Kelappaji's life, is a must read for everybody. Then P.R. Nathan, K.P. Ramanuni, P.K. Parakadavu, P.K. Gobi, Malay Tapuni, V.R. Suthish, Kalpata Narayanan, N.P. Hafiz Muhammad, K. Sri Kumar, K.P. Suthira, Indu Menon, Arya Gobi, K.G. Raghunath. And we also have a promising line of young writers like Nimna Vijay, whose book recently sold over 20 editions. So that's it. I think there you have it, a whirlwind tour through Kozhikode city. I think that song is very familiar. So actually, Kozhikode is also home to two hit makers of Malayalam music industry. One is Girish Puthanjeri. It's a tragedy that we lost him so young, and Kaidapuram Damodaran Nambudiri. And this song that you hear right now is a hit song, a romantic evergreen song by Girish Puthanjeri. It's called Pinnayum Pinnayum. It can be roughly translated and again, the echoing footsteps of someone crossing the threshold of dream. And again, a soft melody of someone playing a golden flute in the midnight. I think poetry is lost in translation, but this is one rough attempt as a tribute to the man, Girish Puthanjeri. So this is a vibrant cultural city full of literature, full of history, and full of cultural interaction. Don't just take my word for it. Come, explore, and experience the magic of Kozhikode yourself. Thank you for coming along. Thank you.